Welcome to the HQ podcast number 7.
Number 7.
7. I am Harry,
I'm Cameron.
and I still don't have nameplates under us.
Well.
Yeah. Hello, Noah.
Hello, how you doing?
You doing well?
Hope you're having a lovely Sunday morning. It's nice and warm here, I guess. It's not warm, but it was a bit sunny.
My hands are freezing. Are yours cold? No. Okay.
I had a very hot shower before coming, and I moisturized them, which always warms them up. Like some hand moisturizer.
Maybe. I've had to moisturize my dog's ears.
Why have you had to moisturize your dog? Oh, yes.
He's going bald on
Bald
his
little
ears.
man. He's what? How old is he?
1.
He's already going bald.
The sausage dogs get ear alopecia
Yeah.
after 1 year of age.
It's very sad.
Apparently. Yeah.
Nah.
He doesn't deserve that.
No, he doesn't. He deserves a long flowing mane. A little man.
But he loves it. It's just coconut oil.
Yeah, gets a little ear rub every night.
Yeah, and then he loves it.
I use coconut oil on my ears too
Yeah.
for my spaces. It's lovely stuff. I have to rub it on the Huskies' neck because they get hot spots because they're crazy. Bit of water under the neck, boom, big bloody infected thing. So you got to do it every time they go outside because they don't like the hot.
I've been curious about that. How do they handle that? Do you dunk them?
Nah, you do never get a husky wet because it takes about a month to dry. They just sit in the shade and sleep most of summer because they blow their coats. That cools them down.
They blow their coats?
So they have 2 types of hair, permanent hair and winter hair, which is like a fluff.
Right.
And about now they start blowing it, which just means it puffs off into the wind. So
I'll just get the chat up. Oh,
that's what they've been doing, and that cools them down quite a bit because the big winter coat disappears.
I still haven't met your Huskies.
No one's met my Huskies because they live with my parents. So
Oh, well, they're not your Huskies anymore.
no, I owned one of them, but I couldn't bring myself to separate them, so I sold him to my parents. I just gave it to him, gave him to them. So now he lives with them permanently. He's a happy little boy.
That's good.
Yeah, they're currently in Queensland though, so my sister's looking after him.
Should have brought him around. Just set him here.
He doesn't see it.
All right.
He runs around licking. He's a little bit mentally challenged. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, he was the last born. So I've got 2 from the same litter. Got the second last born, Akira. She's way too smart. Name off my favorite movie, actually. And then the family was like, 5 puppies. That's amazing. They all went to bed. And then 4 hours later, the dad heard yipping and he ran out and the mother was giving birth again.
Oh, my God.
And Odin came out and he was very oxygen deprived. He's the biggest of the litter by about half a foot, but he's a little bit slow. A little bit of a dopey boy.
The Hodor.
He's the Hodor.
Oh, my God.
But I love him dearly.
That's awesome.
Big silly boy.
Glad he's alive.
Yeah. Yeah, same.
Much different mood to them not being alive after the birth.
Oh, 100%. Got any fun stories from your week, Harrison?
For my week?
Or weeks?
My weeks of living? Not really. It's pretty relaxing. I did some mourning.
Mm-hmm. The Queen.
Yes, to the Queen. Australia-wide mourning.
Thank you very much for the public holiday, Mr. Albanese.
Yes. That's just once a year? Or is that one and done?
I think it's one and done.
Oh.
He might
we don't get to mourn every year.
Right? She was so impactful. I want to mourn every year. Move to Victoria and get the 4-day weekend.
Are they changing her birthday to Charles' birthday?
I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong here, but the Queen's birthday isn't Elizabeth's birthday.
No,
it's
never
Victoria's.
Was. Oh.
So Charles is in November.
I just thought it was moved.
So we'll still have the Queen's birthday, but we'll have a king, I think. I don't know.
Okay.
I just want a holiday, eh?
Yeah.
I don't really care.
Well, they're all neatly piled up together.
Yeah.
So if they move it later in the year, don't know if that's good or bad.
Exactly. Later in the year, we have so few public holidays. I'd love another one. October's about the only one before Christmas.
Is there one on Monday?
Yeah, the October.
Or is that...
I don't know when the October long weekend is. I work public holidays because I'm in hospitality. So
yeah. Is Yeah, what is the October long weekend? Is it just for footy finals?
It's the long weekend. We
Okay.
don't get sport finals in the ACT.
Okay. Because I was in New South Wales and then they were
Yeah.
talking about it. So, okay.
Yeah.
So it must be for
Some
footy.
Victoria had Friday off
Because
for the
AFL.
AFL,
Yeah.
even though the AFL finals on
Do you
Saturday.
know who won? Oh,
Yeah, the Cats, Geelong.
okay. Cool.
Swans got destroyed. Again, I know nothing about AFL. I don't care about
Absolutely
AFL.
nothing.
But my partner's boss, who's a good friend of mine, is a diehard Swans supporter, and he took his 1-year-old daughter there for her first grand final, and he's just been posting sad memes on Facebook for 12 hours.
Who was the favourites?
Probably Geelong.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, I don't know. I played AFL once and thought it was the most fucking boring game I've ever played.
I only liked it because you could kick more than you could run with it.
I
And
agree.
that's pretty much it.
Oh!
Anita.
We're having a conversation. Oh, Anita Cock.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I thought it was a lovely, fine female who was so entranced with our bullshit conversation about AFL.
Obviously not.
Anita Cock, you are not getting
Anita.
displayed on the channel.
Oh my God.
100. There you go.
100.
Brother.
Oh, we've done it.
Congratulations. All you, brother.
Congratulations.
Let's get this 12-hour stream booked
If
in.
you're not in the Discord, hop in the Discord, Anita.
I need a big old cock. Welcome to the family.
Unless that's someone's alt
Whose
account.
alt account is
Yeah.
that?
Noah's third account.
I'm going to assume it is.
Maybe.
Well,
But yeah.
better get your diary out and start scheduling.
Yeah, well, let me just look at the Discord because I've got a poll for what the 12-hour stream is going to be. And I think it's all tied up. So there's 12 hours of non-stop Bannerlord,
Lovely.
4 hours of Dota, 4 hours of Stoneblock, 4 hours of Bannerlord.
Mm-hmm.
That's on 3 as well. 6 hours of Dota, 6 hours of Bannerlord. Doesn't look like it's going to make it. 12 hours of Dota. Is that close second?
That'd be hilarious for you.
And then something else, a horror game binge with the gang.
Guests.
That's also tied up. So we'll have to wait.
No, Dota. Correct. Never.
No, pick Dota. Is that what you're saying, Noah?
Anyway, back to sports. Sorry about your team getting absolutely demolished by my father's hometown.
Okay.
And they're into the finals, and you excited to watch them get absolutely destroyed by the Panthers?
Yeah.
They are going to get roasted.
They're just redoing the first final. We shouldn't have made it to the finals.
I know. It was pretty cool to see in the top. What was it? 8, 12?
We were tied 6.
Yeah.
So yeah, that we got into 8th in the last minute because we destroyed Storm and then destroyed someone else and then destroyed the Tigers. And then we beat Storm,
which is
in
very
the final.
impressive.
Yeah, so it's like, we're done. That's all I want.
We won the championship.
We shouldn't have made it there.
Parramatta can do whatever they want now.
They're so chaotic though because they beat Penrith twice this year.
Yeah.
Lost to them in the final. Now they play them again in the grand final, and
It's going to be brutal.
I think they'll lose again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My dad's born and raised in Parramatta, so he doesn't follow the sport, but he was quite happy. He's in Queensland at the moment, so he sat at a pub very smugly on Friday afternoon.
I'm definitely going for Parramatta.
Yeah, same. I hate Panthers. I went to school with a brother of a Penrith player. Panthers player, and he was so fucking annoying. So I hope they get destroyed. But then again, I've got a friend who plays in their thirds, and he's a really nice guy. So
I just don't like the team that wins a lot, and then by winning, they amass followers.
Yeah,
and that annoys me because it's just like,
100%.
why are you following Penrith? Just because
Mercedes?
They win? I'll get into that. I promise. But I remember in high school, people went for the Bulldogs.
Because they were always winning.
They were winning.
100%. Every kid at my school had Bulldogs
Yeah.
shorts. Except for the rugby players who didn't.
But yeah, footy. And
I'm a
it's
union
almost
guy.
dead. Yeah. Are you? Do
Yeah, I went to a union school. I played union.
you follow it?
I work. No, I watch games. My dad's a major sponsor for the local team that rhymes with Rumbies. And so he has executive boxes. That's the most bougie thing I've ever said. The company my dad works for, which is a multi-trillion-dollar IT company, and he just wanted to become a sponsor because he wanted free rugby tickets. He's not rich, I swear.
Right.
So I've been to a few of them. Free food, free booze. There is nothing better. But no, I'm a Formula One. That's about the only sport I actually follow. I've been watching a bit of NFL.
NFL. Who do you go for?
Chiefs and
Chiefs. Where are the
Vikings.
Hey.
Minnesota Vikings were the first team I followed, but they lose a lot, so they're not fun to watch. The Chiefs, you've just went on a big tangent about how you hate people who follow teams that win. I really like the Chiefs because Pat Mahomes always seems to win. They're just fun to watch. There was a game last year that they were down, they were going to lose, and if they lost, they weren't going to make it into the playoffs. And then Pat Mahomes managed to score 2 touchdowns in 8 seconds. It was incredible to watch.
I've never attempted to watch NFL.
I reckon
and I
you'd
really
like
want
it.
to one day, but
We'll have a watch party.
yeah, I've watched 10 minutes of it, and you know what happened for those whole 10 minutes? Nothing. Because they're like, time, and then they threw the ball once, crashing each other, and like, time.
That is mostly what it is. So I like to watch it the day after on YouTube, and you can get everything for about 17 minutes,
Oh
the whole
my
game.
God.
But the good thing is, like, the American culture isn't like Australian sport culture. Australian sport culture is you sit down for 2.5 hours and you watch the game. American sport culture is everyone comes over for the day, you have the TV going, and you're cooking food. Ayla's dad is massively into it. So that's what he does. He'll cook a barbecue, he'll have beers, and we'll just sit around and maybe watch the game, but mostly we just talk shit. So he watches a lot of college too, which I'm slowly getting into. But again, it's sport. I really don't care. I just watch it if it's on.
Yeah. A lot of Americans I know, they were talking about going to baseball games, and I asked them, like, what do they enjoy most about it? And none of it is the baseball.
No,
they just
it's
go
the
for
crowd
the food
and the environment.
the crowd,
Yeah.
and they don't even know what's happening.
I went to
the
a
game.
baseball game in Woden once. It was quite fun.
Oh.
I couldn't even tell you what the score was or who played, but my friends and I, we had some good pretzels and beer. I like baseball. I had a dream about baseball the other night. I was like, I woke up and I'm like, I'm going to get into baseball. And then I was like, I hate baseball.
Yeah, I know a few people into baseball. Yeah, don't really know why. Sport. Who can comprehend sport? Did you play much sport
No,
growing up? No.
because I was dancing 6 nights a week
So
professionally.
dancing was your sport. Gotcha.
All I did was dance every night, 4 hours every night of the week. I got Sunday nights off, and that was it.
Okay.
And that's why I'm so broken. My hips don't work. My legs don't work. My this wrist, I can't put any weight on. Yeah, don't dance, kids. And if you do, actually look after your body, unlike me.
I was just checking Anita in case it was someone made an account 2 minutes ago. 7th of September. So
Well, Anita, thank you.
Anita may be an actual person that isn't someone's third account.
I doubt it, but welcome.
What
What sport did you play?
sport did I play? I played in order because parents always had like an order of things. It's the same with what music instruments we all learnt.
Yeah.
Started with cricket,
I played cricket.
catching, and dexterity and throwing. And then once we were old enough, we got to play soccer. And then at the same time, we'd be playing tennis and golf. And everyone else except me, my 4 older siblings, got to play hockey. I had no interest in hockey.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of hockey. It scares me.
It's getting hit with a concrete ball in the shins. I've one game's enough for me.
Yeah.
I played some hockey the other day, coincidentally,
Nice.
and I smashed it because I've watched a lot of hockey. And
Yeah.
I've watched my siblings play hockey. My cousins played for Australia.
Yeah, I remember you saying.
My mum played for state. And like her side of the family played for Australia.
Yeah.
Didn't mean I watched it. I still don't like hockey, but I've watched too much of it to not to always know how to like play it,
Control the ball.
control the ball, trap the ball, etc. Dribble. They probably call it something else. What I never understood about hockey, though, despite watching it a lot of times, is how offside and positions work when you're taking corners and stuff.
No,
I never understood.
That stuff goes over my head in every sport.
Yeah.
I know rugby and that's it. I played a bit of union at school. I tried every sport. My dad wanted me to try every sport.
Yeah.
And it became real apparent that I just wasn't good at team sports. I'd like to sit in the corner and play with the butterflies, as he said. Then I got into martial arts, and I really, really did well in martial arts. I did like 3. I did karate, kickboxing, and a little bit of kung fu.
Nice.
but I hated the actual fighting part of martial arts. I just liked
The training.
the training.
Yeah.
So when it got to the point where they're like, "You're really good. You're gonna start fighting," I was like, "Nah, bye. I'm gonna go dance now."
I've never done any of that, and I've always been interested.
I wish I could still do it.
I
I can't fight anymore. If I get tapped in the kidneys, I'm ending up in hospital for 2 days.
Defend the kidney.
Right? I like the last time I played paintball, I was really going to get into paintball. There's a couple of guys I used to work with who now play in a league that I was going to play in their team. And we went for one of their like bucks parties and we were playing. And my ex, we were like having a little duel and I ran around a corner and she turned around and pinged me right in the kidneys. Not on purpose. She was just shooting at me. And I just had this hot flush. Looked over, walked up to a tree, took my helmet off, heard the referee screaming at me. He's like, "You're out. Get the fuck out of my face. Don't you fucking take your helmet off." I turned around to him and just fucking projectile vomited blood everywhere over and over again. He's like, "All right, everyone stop." So that was one bullet to the kidney and I was out. I don't remember much of that afternoon. So yeah, I'm not allowed to do contact sport anymore.
I have a paintball story as well. It's not as brutal as that.
Yeah.
But side question: did the ref look like Jake?
No.
No. Okay.
I think I know the one you're talking about because I've played a lot of paintball.
Because I remember meeting that guy before Jake.
Yeah.
And I was like, then I met Jake. I was like, "Are you the guy from paintball?"
No, Jake and my tattoo artist look like they're related. So that's always confused me.
My friend Jacob, different Jake.
Yeah.
He let's just say he runs a chicken farm now. Incredible guy. You would love him. Chaotic as all hell. He's played D&D once, and he was a gunslinger.
Classic.
And he was an absolute maniac of a man. I didn't like. He's one of my great friends growing up. He always hung out with the wrong crowds, but he'd always come back and then be a good person, and it's the same person you're talking to. He would never pretend to be with all these chaotic, wild people.
Yeah.
But he'd hang out with everybody and be loved. So it was really cool to see his personality never change. But that said, I was still worried about him leaving high school. I was like, I don't know where you're going to end up. I hope you end up in a safe place. But he now runs a chicken farm.
That's
and I'm
fucking
like,
badass.
I can't believe it. And he wasn't the most like into school.
Yeah.
And I rock up and I'm talking to him and he's talking about the pH level of the soil and what makes the chickens the happiest. And I'm just like, what the hell is happening?
That's why school's fucking bullshit. And I'll stand by it. I hate school. But yeah, you learn more actually doing and being passionate.
He was so passionate about science and pH levels and stuff. I'm like, I just stood there in shock. I was like, I can't believe
I bet
this.
he's his own accountant.
Probably.
Because he just knows it.
This is EPM Dota.
Hey, yo, what up?
That's
pretty standard for me. If you ever want a story about projectile vomiting blood, just ask, "Hey, Cameron, tell us a kidney story," and I'll be able to tell you.
But that Jacob, we went to paintball, and I'm going to say year 10 for my mate Hayden's birthday. And this guy that looks like our other friend Jake was constantly yelling out, being the ref, and we were assaulting the bus.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah, I got a story about that bus.
And you gotta buy your own ammo, your own pellets. And they were just like, be conservative with your ammo, folks. Be conservative. Otherwise you have to go back and you have to pay $50 for like 100 bullets or something. And Jacob instantly blew all his ammo. He's just shooting the bus. The bus is coated in multicolored paint. And so what we see him doing is we see him diving around the map, yelling grenade out, throwing pine cones. And then him squatting in this dark corner with some barrels, picking up the bullets that didn't break and shoving them in his gun.
How to break a gun in one easy step.
Which was one of the 3 rules you were told not to do. And he's shoving his gun full of these like sun-worn...
with its twig stuck through it.
And yeah, he'd load one bullet and then be like, boom, and then it would hit someone in the bus. He was really good. He had like a little bit of like dodgy farm / military training.
Of course. Australian militia training, as we call it. All country boys have a bit of that in them.
Yeah. And so yeah, it was just the whole night, and then we went from scenario to scenario. We went to this zombie scenario where the people defending had riot shields.
Yep.
And we were attacking, and if you die, you got to go back to the start.
Yep.
And you got to like brush off the paint and then go back in as a zombie. So you this just unyielding wave of zombies.
Mm-hmm.
He was a zombie, and he ran into that match with no ammo.
God.
And he kept baiting them to shoot at him and hoping the bullets didn't pop, and then he would pick them up and shoot them back. But I was hiding behind a coffin, a crypt, a mausoleum, just in tears, fogging up my visor, just because I was like, "You maniac!" Like he's being yelled. Oh wait, there's one other part of the story. I think it was on just the standard team deathmatch where you run at each other.
Mm-hmm.
He comes up to me afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, so Harry, I was shooting this guy. I just kept nailing him. It was great. It was the ref.
God.
He just wasn't shooting back. So he shot the ref for like 10 minutes. And the ref continued to yell, but no one was listening.
You're those kids.
I didn't do
Every
it.
paintball group hates those kids.
I was hiding. I remember going forward in that. This is my last segment of Paintball Story. And then I got shot and I was like, okay, I'm out. I'm walking back. As I walk behind a barrier, there's this guy on my team because there was a massive amount of people. So they mixed everyone together.
Yeah.
Point blank shot me in the side between the padded armor. I'm like, it brutally hurt.
Yeah.
But right in the side, and I had that bruise for like 2 weeks.
I hate people like that. The first time I played, we were like in a big group, and there were these like neckbeard old dudes, and I got shot, and a female friend of mine got shot. So we put our hands up and we walked, and this old, like we had our hands up and we were talking, and he pops up and just shoots both of us like 4 times in the chest. So I slowly walked around behind his cover and then unloaded my entire canister into the back of his head. And he was pissed. And I was like barely 16, and he was like a fully grown neckbeard who'd never seen a naked woman. And he came up to me and he was like, "I'm going to get you fucking banned from here." And I was like, "Go for it, man. I'm 16. What are you going to do?" But the bus, for my birthday, we played there. And I was the wild kid that had the wild friends. So we were doing dumb shit. Anyway, for the birthday on the bus, it was me and 2 friends. I didn't have a gun, but my 2 friends had guns, and they just had to protect me. I was a president. But the rule was, if they both die, I can pick up both of their guns and do a last stand.
All right.
So over the course of the match, those 2 got taken out. So I got their guns, and I was just waiting. And one of the attackers, a good friend of mine, walks on, and he's like slowly sneaking, and I'm like, "I can see you. I'm screaming. And I'm like, "I've got line of sight. Drop your gun and walk out of here." And he's like, "No." And I'm like, "I'm going to ask you 2 more times. Drop the gun." "No." "Drop the gun." "No." He walks past me thinking I'm at the back of the bus, but I'm like sitting behind 2 seats, and I just unload 2 of them. He turns around. He cops them all down his hand, and it's just gushing blood. And I felt so bad. But he was adrenaline pumped. He's like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, I love paintball." So we throw back our Monster Energy drinks, and man, I love paintball. I wish I could still play it.
I think I shot the birthday guy's dad in the face.
Yeah.
So the paint went into that
Hate
gauze.
the taste of the paint. Yeah.
And then he was just like, for the rest of that match, just being like spitting in the corner.
Yep.
And then like he's trying to take his helmet off, and the ref's like, "Don't take your helmet off." And what was the one other thing? There was an American there.
Yeah.
A large American.
You didn't have to say that. I already knew.
And he brought his own gun. It looked like the tiger gun that Chang brings in Community.
Yes.
And he brought his own ammo.
Oh, God.
Which was in a massive bucket attached to his hip.
Yeah.
And he was just super serious the whole day. We were kind of avoiding him because he was just like America. But at the end of the day, everyone had no ammo. And then he gave everyone a bit of his ammo to play one more game in the
Legend.
pyramids. And I was just like,
Absolute legend.
nice work, sir.
We'll let you win this one, America.
Just shot him with his own ammo.
One of my good friends in high school was American. He plays rugby over there professionally now, so he's built like a shit house. And playing paintball with him was so fun. He'd just like run around. He was like probably a good foot taller than us anywhere in like what, year 10, year 11. And he'd just sprint around and he'd pick up bits of the scenery and move it so we'd have a defensive position. And the ref would be like, stop moving. And we'd build like a fort. And he's just like, this Fort America. It was so good.
That's great. I do miss paintball.
We should do a HQ paintball one day. I know what I can do to protect myself.
Yeah.
It just makes me really slow. I need to bandage it, put on a weightlifter's strap, and then put my ammo canister around it, which then means I don't wear a jumpsuit, which is fine. Paintballs don't really hurt. But then I'm not camouflaged. So I've got to try and go and buy some bogan fake Valor camouflage.
No, I'd be super keen to play paintball.
A bit of paintball.
It's like we got an ad in 20 seconds.
Ad in 20 seconds.
Break up our half an hour segments.
On sport.
On sport, apparently.
It was not in the notes.
No. Yeah, that's how you make friends. You give paintball.
Correct.
It's like what's that meme? Hulk with the taco. That's how I felt.
Yeah. Thank you, big sir. Ads pog. Got to pay the bills somehow. This does not pay them.
No, this is just to get rid of pre-roll ads.
Yeah.
That is the only intention. If there was a setting, maybe people know about it because maybe we're still noobs. If there was a way I could disable pre-roll ads and not run ads, I would do that.
Yeah.
But
is that part of like being a partner? You can do that?
In an affiliate, I'm pretty sure partner's the same. But partner, I think you can negotiate to have it longer than an hour.
Yeah.
Longer than half an hour, maybe. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have to like manually negotiate it. Because I know some people that only play an ad at the top of the hour.
Yeah.
And it's like that would be so much easier.
100%.
And I don't care about the ad revenue. It's just so that when people click on the channel, they're in.
Yeah.
And that's it.
One of the reasons I use Twitch, this seems counterproductive, but I use Twitch so little is every time I click on a stream, I've got to watch 2 Telstra ads.
Oh, God.
And I just hate it.
Yeah. I've got nothing against him, but that guy that's selling the Uncle Toby balls, I see him probably 4 times a day. Do you know that guy?
No, I don't.
I think AU Cheesy.
Yeah.
Shout out to AU Cheesy. Well, you're subscribed.
Yeah,
so,
you're all good.
which we don't have. Oh, you got gifted, sir.
Congrats on the gifted sub.
We were playing Bannerlord, and I was
Yeah.
defending a castle, and we got raided. And then everyone in the raid joined the defense, which was great. And then it was 1,000 people versus 200 to 300 people. And I was weeping in the corner and said, if we survive this till tomorrow, I'll gift 5 subs. And you were one of the subs, EPM. It was just random 5 people.
Hell yeah.
But yeah. Ads.
What's the next topic we want to talk about?
Oh,
We don't really need to talk about my meds. That's just a whole kidney conversation that ends with me feeling very sick for 2 weeks.
I could mention what my dog did at the start of that Bannerlord stream.
What your dog doing, man? What that dog doing?
So I am, I set up my Bannerlord. I run the 5 minutes, which then plays one of the ads.
Mm-hmm.
And so it gets ready. And then I'm getting my stuff ready. I leave my dog in here for 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
He hops up onto this chair, up onto my table, and like mashing my keyboard. I walk in, I see him turn around, hop back over my keyboard onto my chair, back onto his bed.
Yep.
And I'm like, what are you doing? And then he just licks his lips. I'm like, no. What? And then I see...
All your keypad, all your keys are there.
He's drunk.
Huh.
Had this much. And and he had drank down to this much.
Of?
As far as his schnoz will reach of chocolate milk.
Oh my
Chocky
god.
milk. And I'm like, no. And then I pick him up. I'm like, smelling him. He's like, you smell like chocky milk. I'm like,
The boy.
ah!
Shake him till he throws it all up.
And I'm like, isn't chocolate bad for dogs?
Yeah, terribly.
Yeah. So I'm freaking out. I'm on stream, and then Mitch is there. Migosh is there.
Yeah.
And then, it didn't work. I apologize. Lumia's stream
Scammed again.
is not opened.
Scammed again.
Those lights should turn on, but we don't really need them.
It's going to blind me. It's right in front of me.
Okay, but sound for future Speaky Speaks should work.
Sweet, harsh lighting. Makes me look good. Makes me look pink instead of pale white. So the boys consumed some chocolate.
The boy is a Chocky milk fiend.
Oh my god.
And I couldn't believe it. And also, I had no Chocky milk.
So you're upset.
I'm upset. I go and check the label to be like, how much chocolate cacao does this actually have?
Yeah.
0.5%. And so I talked to Chloe's dad and mum, and then they're just like, it's probably going to be fine. And I just keep an eye on him in case he threw up or got dizzy or shat himself.
The biggest problem is the shits. They become liquid.
He didn't do anything.
Good man.
Yeah.
My dog split a bag of my sister's M&Ms.
Oh.
She got home very drunk, got a bag of M&Ms out, ate 3 of them, fell asleep and spilt them on the floor. They were sleeping inside because of a storm and we don't like drying them. And they just opened the door and went, yo, snacks, ate it all.
They were fine.
Nothing.
Okay.
They had a bit of blue on there. That's how we knew, blue and red on their mouth from bloody the colouring of M&Ms.
Oh.
They were fine. I think the shits were atrocious, but that's fine.
I just can't believe him because he's such a little guy, and I can't believe he got up under the table.
Loves his Chocky milk.
He loves his Chocky milk, and I'm holding him.
Truly your son.
He's truly my son, like father like son. I'm just like, how could you do this? And he's just like, I was like, why did you do that? You could have been hurt.
You can share a Chocky milk with your boy now.
Oh my god.
I feel like I'm the only one who's always on chocolate watch at people's houses who have dogs. I used to be like that. I used to get so paranoid. Like, what's the other onion? I'd be at someone's house and they're cutting up onion and it's going everywhere.
Yeah.
And the dog's just sniffing it. And I'm like, come on now. Yeah. Barbecues are the worst. Like someone's cooking onion on the barbecue and they put it on the plate and you just watch 10 pieces. I'm like, oh, well, I'm sorry if your dog gets sick because
I was barbecuing yesterday and like the meat juice was going into the onion. And so I was like, of course the dog would want a bit of this onion. So yeah, you get it.
This is a perfect segue to Cameron's new sandwich.
New onion.
Oh. It's oniony. Brad, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I was going to save this for you, but it's too bloody good. Are you a fan of pork, Harry?
Yes.
I was watching a video of course, Matty Matheson, because it's all I consume, and he was creating a Chicago pork chop sandwich, which is a fried pork chop.
I'm having pork chops tonight.
Good man. Onion on a sandwich with some mustard.
A brown onion, a red onion?
Whatever onion you want. I used a white onion.
A white?
Because I wanted the pork to be the main flavor. And so I replicated it. I didn't want to deal because there's a bone in that sandwich. I don't want to have to deal with that. So I just got some medallions. They were pretty nice. They cost me more than a chop, whatever. Did that. Did some onions. Got some apples. Lightly fried the apple in the pork juice. And then took another apple, shredded it, made a little bit of an apple coleslaw. Stacked my sandwich, apple coleslaw, fried apple, massive pork medallion, onion, slap the top, little bit of English mustard. Think it's the best sandwich I've ever had. Best burger I've ever had. I'm calling it the Cameron's Chicago style burger.
I don't like coleslaw that much.
You'll like this.
But I love apple.
Because there's no cabbage in it. It's just it's a light mayo-y apple with a hint of vinegar. It was to break up the pork.
Interesting. Maybe I'll pitch that to Chloe tonight.
I'll send you the recipe, bro.
Oh, yeah, do it. Is it a Matty video?
No, I made the slaw. He did the pork chop. Okay. It's really easy. You just pan fry the pork chop, chuck the onion in. That's it.
Wait, so where'd you figure out the apple?
I just know pork and apple go together, so I made my own apple coleslaw.
Okay, nice.
Because when you have a pork roast, what do you have with it? A bit of applesauce.
You should do cooking stuff. on your YouTube.
I don't want to steal Brad's thing. He'll be doing space if I do
Well,
that.
Yours is different to Brad. Yours would be actual recipes.
I think we should do a show together, a cooking show where he's like good chef, bad chef kind of situation.
Yeah.
I'm no means a good chef. I've worked in a kitchen twice, and I spent the whole time holding back tears because the chef was screaming at me to cook better. And I was like, I'm not even your staff. I'm doing this because you're understaffed, man.
I've only worked in hospitality twice, and it was at a cafe, and
Fucking hate
then
cafes.
at a pub.
Love a pub.
And the whole time, the chef was he had a lisp, and my best friend growing up had a lisp. So like, I don't know why I love those kind of people. Like, because my best friend growing up had a lisp. That's pretty much it. And he had lost his license years ago. He never said how long ago, but he's just like, I'm getting my license back this week. But he was so excited for the whole week.
Yeah.
I was only there for like a week. And he got it back on the Friday, and he's like, because I was naughty. I was like, he never went into what he did, but he
Booze
lost it.
and drugs.
Over
I know
10
sheds.
years. Over
Yep.
10 years. And all I did was like make schnitzels and cut onions.
That's mostly what you do.
And he said I was the only person he's ever worked with that wasn't on his phone the whole time.
Yep.
I didn't have a phone at the time.
Classic. I forgot I worked in hospitality. What kind of hospitality did you work in? I've worked in hospitality since like graduating high school. I hate it.
But you weren't with the food all the time?
No, I was bar. And then I went into back of bar, kind of running the whole venue. And then now I'm in management.
Yeah.
So I run 6 venues and I hate it. I'm so excited to leave. I like hospitality, but it's just draining. And the people you work with, I work with a lot of chefs because each venue has a chef. So, and then we have an executive chef. So there's about 7 chefs I work with.
Wow.
And if you know anything about chefs, they have massive egos. So that's quite fun.
Did they do the menu?
Yeah, each chef makes their own menu, but it has to be approved by the head chef.
Nice.
And I like the head chef and I get along really well, but he's so busy. I hardly get to see him these days.
Does the head chef cook or just manage?
He cooks occasionally. He owns one of them. I won't go into too much detail.
Yeah, that's fine.
I was a barista at a bakery cafe. My colleagues were all soccer mums who were. That's pretty cool. I have a lot of respect for baristas. I dated one for years. It's not a fun job. We have a cafe at our venues, and you can literally watch people walk through the club. They're happy and chatty and talking to people, having a good time. The second they get to the cafe, they turn into ultra bitches. You're like, how? What is it about cafes that just make people angry? All I'm going to do is make you a coffee. I still got invited to Xmas parties long after I'd left too. Oh, Captain Charisma.
He also doesn't drink coffee.
Oh,
and he was a barista.
That's probably really good on the baristas, the cafe front, because every barista's just pounding espressos every 20 minutes. Like me. I drink too much coffee. No such thing as too much coffee. They keep the shakes away. Hospitality's great. I do seriously think everyone should work at hospitality because you get a real good sense of love and compassion for your fellow man. And you learn real quickly that you hate everyone on this planet.
I was at Macca's today, getting some spicy nuggets.
Guess what I'm having for lunch after this?
Spicy nuggets.
Yeah, my partner and her sister are off to watch a movie. So yeah, boys Subway does count. Subway
hella counts.
Oh, what are they, sandwich artists? They cop it the worst. Every time I'm getting one, they are getting absolutely roasted because the cheese didn't melt properly. I just walk in, I'm like, give me some meats and cheese and fry that shit up, son.
With Subway, compared to other places, you have to constantly hold this relationship, this conversation as you're going down.
It is the worst.
Yeah. Everywhere else, you're like, this is my order.
Yeah.
Go get it.
It's you know what? It's similar to a bartending, except there's less time because pouring a beer, the person never leaves. So you're standing there talking to them the whole time. But it's kind of bar attitude that you need to make that conversation. And so patrons expect, no one at Subway wants to talk. Someone starts a conversation with me at Subway. I'm like, sorry, that's my medication alert. If you heard that, I need to take my medication, but I already took it. Yeah, I hate conversations at Subway. What am I going to talk about? Damn, them Biggles looking good today, sir. How old's that onion? 3 days? Go on. Or give me double onion.
It's even worse if they were more into the conversation. Oh, you like a bit of...
You ready?
Sun-dried tomato, do you?
You know how many times I put this on a sandwich a day? None. It's been there since yesterday, my friend. It's like, I'm not an avocado fan, but every time I look at that avocado and it's brown, I'm like, nah.
Yikes.
Poor. Subway, yeah.
No one's here for the Subway jokes.
Hey, I love Subway. I lived off Subway because near my first job, there was a Subway. I used to walk down and get an Italian herb and cheese with Italian BMT.
I've never got any other bread.
I tried rye because I like a rye sandwich, and it's just not good. It's not like a rye Italian herb
I've
and
never
cheese.
not got the herbs and cheese.
Because sure, it's a healthy alternative to takeaway, but I still want the thing packed with salts, sugars, cheese.
But yeah, Subway is one of the harder ones.
Oh, what are our Subway orders? You go first.
Well,
I'd change.
I haven't had Subway in a very long time,
Yeah.
over a year, just because we had it way too often. And then
I know the pain.
And then we did a challenge at work where we're like, Brad, you can order our Subway, whatever you want. And it was a little scary.
I'd like to do
You got like 3 different sauces. I think he threatened to put fish on it. And it was a lot of just, yeah. So I usually just go for a bit of meatball.
Yeah.
I'm a standard man with some, what are the green things? Capsicums.
Oh, okay. Because there's a long list of green things at Subway. You got your spinach, your pickles, your avocado.
Yeah, I love me some capsicum.
Nice.
And yeah, I mix it up every time, probably. And I used to get, back in the day, teriyaki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chicken teriyaki.
Chicken teriyaki, baby.
I used to like a chicken teriyaki, and then they changed their chicken supplier, and I'm not too keen on their chicken anymore. They did a few years ago, they did a pepper chicken schnitzel. That was incredible.
Oh, yeah.
And then they changed their chicken supplier. So what I did was it's terrible that I know this much.
How did you know that?
Because I asked. Because I was like, this chicken tastes different. And they're like, yeah, we swapped supplier.
Oh.
So what I started doing was I'd get my exact order, but with no meat on it. And then I'd walk around the corner to Kingsley's and get 2 breast fillets and put it on mine. But my standard Subway order is Italian herb and cheese with Italian BMT, because I like that deli sandwich vibe with every single salad on it.
I wish we had an American deli.
I have contemplated starting an American deli in Canberra. Get a proper sub going.
I like
Do it. I don't have the money.
The cheese one. All the bread except the cheese one.
The cheese one's the best one.
Which one's the cheese one?
The Italian herb and cheese.
Italian herb and cheese. I guess it's not even that much cheese. It's just like the cheese that's merged and become one with the bread on that crispy outer.
So good.
That's just why I want it. Bread, schnitzel, and bacon.
Did you have a Philly cheesesteak?
Oh, I almost did once.
They're so good. I actually had a Philly cheesesteak in New York, so sue me, but the sandwiches in New York changed my life. Me and my dad would walk down to the bodegas, and the Armenian man would be like, meat, cheese on rye, please. And he's like, oh, they were the best. I'd go back to New York just for sandwiches.
The sandwich shops. I can't remember what show I was watching. It was probably an old movie. And yeah, they were getting all these like 4 different meats on a cheese sub in a deli. I'm just like, oh. It looked so fresh and good.
Do you like pastrami?
I was literally about to say pastrami. That was like everyone's go-to.
Oh, I think I'm going to try and make pastrami. I love it so much. I had everything, but yes, my goal was to have a Philly cheesesteak in Philly. Good shit. I love a Philly cheesesteak. Tried making it, and it's just not the same. I think it's because our cheese is so different to American cheese.
I had a good one, I think, in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Can't remember where, but it was good.
Some nice sandwich shops in Melbourne. Some of their cafes do good sandwiches. Ours don't. There's no good cafes around here that do a nice sandwich.
I'm going in 2 weeks to Melbourne.
Mm-hmm.
PAX.
Yep. Very nice.
For a bit.
Film some videos.
I don't know
videos.
What I would do. Maybe next year HQ can do something.
Yeah, we'll get a media pass. But I have a feeling it probably won't be HQ's media pass.
Probably not. It'll probably be the other place.
The other place.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I've got more news on that in terms of game design stuff.
Yes, I've slowly been keeping up.
Well, there's a new design, and I feel like you'd like it.
I will definitely listen to that.
It's a horror game.
You know I hate horror games.
Yeah.
Horror games hold a special place in my heart now because the first stream I ever did was Ikai. What a good game.
Oh, what a good game. I need to edit that.
There was this underground market with all these Amish people walking around. It was amazing. I think about it all the time. Now I'm going to throw this at you. Were they Amish or were they Hasidic Jews? Because Hasidic Jews are the ones who do the banging sandwiches.
Do Amish show up in cities?
Occasionally. They have the one thing a year, I think it's called Rumspringa, where when you turn 18, you're allowed to go out into the real world and decide whether or not you want to leave the Amish faith behind.
You actually get that.
When you return, you have to stay as an Amish person.
Wow.
Forever. And there's like documentaries about it where these kids go to like big cities and they're like, what? Yeah, I'm not going home. Racking coke off hookers' breasts. And you're like, that is a fall from grace as I've ever seen it. Maybe you should ease them in slowly to the real world.
They'd go with New York first.
Yeah. Well, they're all in the Midwest, so they go to like LA and Seattle, which are two of like the hardcorest cities in the world for that stuff.
Damn.
Sandwiches. We should open it.
I'm so hungry right now.
I'm gonna get some spot. Maybe I'll go to Subway.
I hadn't been to Kingsley's.
Oh, it's my favorite
Except
takeaway,
for
man.
Brad's party one day.
Yeah.
So Brad recommended going and getting a gravy roll.
Yeah, that's my partner's go-to order.
I went there and they didn't have it. They had like a different roll, and then I made it into a gravy roll.
So you can order what's called a roast chicken gravy torp.
A torp. That was
Yeah,
it.
that's what it is.
Okay.
They're banging.
Yeah.
They're not in my top 5, but
They
they're
were
banging.
great.
Just there, I literally go there and get 5 bits of fried chicken.
Oh.
Man, maybe not 5. That is a lot. 3 bits. But I get their breast because Shock, the guy who likes food, doesn't like bone. So I get the breasts. They're great. Their sandwiches are great. I just think they're the best takeaway.
Pork and gravy roll.
Full Amish. I talked to them, but I saw a fair few. That's cool. Amish are cool. I think they do a lot of pickling, and as Brad and I discussed, I'm a big fan of pickles. He isn't. That sounds amazing. Right said. Pork and gravy roll is the best. Yeah, I do love a pork and gravy roll.
I had a pork and gravy roll at the footy once, and
Yeah.
it took 20 minutes to make.
Yep.
And it was pretty good.
Footy food is only good if you're drunk because the wait doesn't take that long. Speaking of drunk, Mr. Harrison, or should I call Mr. Cider?
I've never been drunk.
Yeah, I know, but you drink cider now.
I drank cider, yeah.
So what's your thoughts?
It was okay.
Yeah, you're a
It
cider boy?
did things to my stomach.
Of course it does. That's alcohol.
It was just as you said, it was just soda. It was the least amount of alcoholic aftertaste I've ever experienced.
Yeah.
And that's why I could drink it.
I will recommend you some eventually.
Okay.
Maybe on one of our 24-hour streams, I'll pick out a 6-pack of stuff and we can try it.
The one before,
And I'll make you a cocktail because I can make good cocktails that don't taste alcoholic.
the one I tried before, which was probably a year ago, was whatever Chloe was drinking, which was called Pimm's.
Mm-hmm.
Which
I love Pimm's.
I'm not sure which one was less alcoholic tasting.
Yeah, I don't know. Pimm's cups are great.
Yeah, I'm not sure between that one and the cider.
They're very similar.
We bought that one looking for Pimm's.
Pimm's is a liqueur, so
Yeah.
I reckon you'd like. There's some mixed gins that are great.
Maybe also with age comes change in taste.
Oh, of course. I didn't like
so-
alcohol when I was 13, and then I
How old
turned
am I?
14.
I'm 25, folks. don't drink.
Yeah, don't drink.
Don't drink.
I don't drink much anymore because of my kidneys. I enjoy a stiff glass of gin or whiskey once a month. I'm more about wines at the moment. I love a wine.
I'm 25 and I've had 2 standard drinks. And one was the other day.
I don't want to count how many I've had. And most of them are before I turned 18. Do you rate PJ's chips and gravy, Harry?
As in from a hometown that we won't dox,
Yes.
but you could probably Google.
You can now Google it. Where half the members of HQ are from.
Don't really remember it. Never had it that often. Probably had it less than 10 times in my life, which is just a classic corner store that we never went to growing up. Yeah.
I'm over, like, what would you call them? My parents call it something that's probably not
Takeaway?
cultural. Yeah, takeaway.
Chips.
Takeaway chips. I'm kind of over them, eh? The one up the road, I almost doxed us in the major shopping center. It's a bit shit because it's a massive thing. They've got $1 million fryers and the food just always tastes powdery.
The one at the small mall,
The one next to the bakery.
close to where I used to live.
No.
Oh.
You know the shopping center that's just up there?
My brain is broken. Yeah.
Yeah, it's dog shit. It's
Okay.
always covered in flour. And then there's one further up the hill, close to where my partner used to live. It's good, but the 300-year-old man that runs it just retired, so the chips taste completely different.
The one where I used to live, I tried the.
They're good.
I did.
Oh, I liked their burgers.
Um,
My
I
parents
had
would
their,
often
their
get their
chips
burgers.
and their scallop,
Oh,
potato
yeah.
scallop.
Yeah.
I haven't had a good potato scallop in this territory.
I don't eat scallops in Canberra, man. None of them are good.
Brad apparently found a good one.
He better bring them in.
Yeah.
I literally go to the coast just to eat scallops.
I would like some. That one trip we did to the coast.
Oh, we got like 40. Large chip box full of potato scallops.
We need to do a HQ coast trip.
Yeah, we do. God, I love food, and now I'm starving. Let me check.
We'll do a live broadcast to Kingsley's.
Pool scallops are undefeated. Which pool? Because I'm a pool hot dog kind of guy.
Pool from our hometown. They used to cost 50 cents.
That's incredible.
What do they call it? Friday night. Not swimming club. Just swimming night. I'd rock up. Mitch would swim, or my older sister or older brothers would swim,
Mm-hmm.
and I would not swim. I was never a swimmer. I just don't like the water.
Fair.
I can swim. I just had no interest in competitively swimming. I was competitively playing soccer.
Yeah.
But you'd go under the massive stands searching. You'd find 50 cents. You can go get a scallop that is better than the scallop quality of Bateman's Bay.
That's banging.
They were 50 cents back then.
Yeah.
And
They're probably $2.50 now with inflation.
but they were so good.
That's
chicken
incredible.
salt.
Yeah.
Mm.
There's something about pool food. I reckon it's the chlorine.
The chlorine messes with your senses.
Right? Pool chips always taste good. Pool tomato sauce, which is just the stuff you get from the shops, is always great. I used to always love a hot chip
Been
at
to
the
the
pool.
pool in years.
The local pool here, my partner's father goes there twice a week for therapy, for physical swimming and exercise. And we used to tag along, and my partner would do laps. I'd do a single lap and then go sit in the sauna for about an hour and a half. I'm strongly considering building a sauna at my house. I love saunas.
Do it.
I don't know where it'll go.
Get rid of a room. Your office sauna.
Office sauna.
Oh.
You can watch me sauna live on Twitch. Amaranth streams. Isn't that what she does?
A sauna.
That's spa.
Yeah.
The chlorine dehydrate zaps your life force. That is very true.
Oh yeah. So I guess that makes food taste better because
you're slowly
water
melting.
tastes better. Like when you drink water after a long run. Not
Yeah.
that I have ever done a long run in a decade.
Yeah, right. Remember cross countries?
Yeah.
I'd die 10 meters in. I used to be able to do 40 kilometers, 20 kilometers in a day when we did our big school run. And now I'm like,
I used to win those.
yeah,
I was that guy,
classic.
but no longer.
I'd try and run the whole thing and come like just behind the middle, which I was happy about because I've always been a big kid. Because I like my fried chips and scallops. It's what we did. One of the school runs, it went by 2 shopping centers. So we'd run and then just dive into a bush and go grab like energy drinks and chips and join the back of the grid. Just, yeah.
That's a great idea. Well, ours was out in the middle of nowhere.
You're lucky to see a kangaroo.
What we did see one year though was a sausage dog, and it was hella pregnant, and its belly was hitting the ground, and everyone thought it was fat. I was like, no, that thing is preggers, and probably spat out like 20 babies. I don't know how many babies.
Just in the middle of bush.
Probably, yeah.
That's terrifying.
It was probably a farmer's dog.
Yeah.
That wandered like 3Ks, pregnant, to play with all these kids.
God.
And I'm just like, I just remember this, like the belly was
Stupidly
bigger than the
pregnant.
dog,
Yeah.
and it was hitting the ground. I'm like, you poor thing. Yeah. Also, the other thing at cross countries was some kids would sit under a tree, right? And then a teacher would go up to them and then they'd leave and be like, huh, weird. And then they'd sit on another tree. The teacher would go up to them and leave. And then they'd sit on another tree and they'd just sit there. The teacher would be like, and then they'd scream and then run.
Yeah.
The whole tree looked black, but it wasn't black. it was covered 100% in Spitfire caterpillars.
Oh, that's terrifying.
And when you look at it, you're like, that's just tree bark.
Yeah.
And then they're all
Moving. That's disgusting and terrifying.
Yeah.
Spitfires are terrible.
And so kids would go up and kick a tree.
They'd fall.
They all fall on all the girls.
Oh, they hurt too.
Yeah. They spitfire.
They do. School. Oh, a minute and a half for an ad.
I don't know what kind of segment that was, but it was food and
It's food to school.
yeah. Food led to the pool, which led to the school sport.
I got so many school horror stories.
Right.
I ain't gonna tell any of them though.
Should have told some with Jake. 'Cause I
Yeah.
went to school with Jake.
Yeah.
Goddamn. What are we going to talk to after the break?
After the break, I got a shopping center story I can talk about.
Okay.
It's just a general statement.
Then I can talk about my Officeworks experience.
Yeah. Maybe I can try and convince you to buy Warhammer too, but I doubt it. That's all I spend my money on now.
Like the physical Warhammer.
Maybe.
Okay.
I've got 2 armies and a 3rd one coming, but there's a couple of small scale games that I reckon you'd get into.
Okay.
Everyone would get into. That could be another topic for another time when
do
I've got
you
them.
play Warhammer campaigns? Or is
Well,
it just battles and
It's
skirmishes?
just battles, but you can run campaigns.
Yeah.
So there's one called like the Democles Gulf, which is the Tau versus the Space Marines, which conveniently I have both of those armies. You can play battles out of it.
Right.
But then there's a game called Necromunda, which is it's basically D&D, but there's 2 people, you play against each other, but you run a party and you've got to like role play your party and do spreadsheets and shit. It's really fun. I'm learning to play it at the moment. I think you'd enjoy it.
Okay.
Then there's Kill Team, which is Warhammer but small.
Okay.
Some may say small hammer. Anyway, now we've lost 90% of our viewers' attention because I talked about Warhammer for 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's 90-second ad break to kill pre-roll ads.
Yes.
If you remain,
You remain. You remain. You can watch me drink some water because my throat hurts.
yes, go for it.
Not drunk enough water yet this morning.
There's a few board games that we need to play. But I'm going to try to play the Game of Thrones board game online on stream with Mitch and Jake.
I reckon that'll be an incredible stream.
It'd be very funny. Mitch has played it.
Yeah.
He might just need a light reminder of the rules, which I assume then he'll be fine. And Jake hasn't played it, but he was there when we bought it originally.
Oh my god. I hate that game. Only because I'm shit at it.
Did you only play it once?
I played it a few times.
Okay. But not with us.
I played it with you guys. Well, is that the strategy one? Yeah, I played it at your original house, and I got taken out turn 2. And then we played it at Brad's house, and I got taken out turn 2. And then the third time I played it, because Brad and Lachlan ganged up on me.
Why?
Literally, they made deals both times. And then the third time we played, someone bombed my boats, so I couldn't move from my corner or something. I got pushed inland and couldn't expand, so I spent the whole game stuck. And then Brad just sweeped me, and then you won the game. And I was like, well, this was fun. I like it. It's fun to watch. I'm just shit at strategy games, man. I hate that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
My brain doesn't work under pressure.
I'm really in the mood for Baldur's Gate.
Yeah,
board
same.
game. And what we should play, maybe it's a tabletop sim thing and we all buy it rather than in person. But House on the Haunted Hill Legacy,
Yes, please.
where it's a continuous story.
Yeah.
And if you die, you become your descendant. And you
descendants.
keep coming back with the heritage heirloom item.
Sorry, I'm playing footsies with a cable and I don't want to unplug it.
No, fair enough.
There we go. Yeah, that heritage stuff and the heirloom stuff is incredible. I love that kind of
If there was a
gameplay.
Baldur's Gate version of that.
Hey, how you doing,
long
Tangled? Sorry if I
Tangled.
got your name wrong. I'm looking at it from long away. How's your Sunday morning going, or your Saturday night, depending on where you are in this planet of ours?
Not sure where Tangled is from. Tangled is a Dota
Dota?
individual.
I cannot help you there. That's Harry's domain.
I met Tangled in EPM Dota's chat.
Nice.
I think Tangled's the mod for EPM. Tangled once got lost in the void of this chat once.
Welcome. That can happen.
But yes, welcome in Tangled. Lovely to have you here.
I'm about to bitch about people in shopping centers.
I'll do it.
So, you know, when you go to a shopping center, I sound like Jerry Seinfeld. What's the deal with shopping centers?
Aeroplane food.
You know those people that have the table set up in the middle of nowhere and they're flagging you down.
And they're selling paintball?
Sometimes they're selling paintball. Yes, I remember that. I used to get good discounts from them. But this one particular day, it was a few days ago, my partner was injured and I was getting food for the house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting there at the self-service cash register and everything's going wrong that can. Bread's not scanning. The bag gets detected 3 times.
The weight of it is just...
Well, this apple is too heavy, so therefore you must scan it again. But no, I've broken. I literally had to move to a second because the assistant came over and she's like, I don't know what's wrong. Just start again on a different till. Yep. So I did. But I noticed in front of the said takeaway we were talking about before, there was a booth set up with a older lady. Now, nothing about her appearance or her personality. She's probably a lovely lady. She was older. Mm-hmm. She had a high-vis shirt on, had a very Karen haircut, and I hate that word and I hate that term, but it was literally the swooped, fresh cut.
Yep.
Tight as tight jeans on and gem-encrusted stilettos. Now, I've never seen the combination of gem-encrusted stilettos and a high-vis shirt, but she sure was wearing it. Don't know if she was pulling it off. And no one was going up to her because everyone's just doing their shopping. They all want to get home after work. No one wants to talk about solar, which is what she was selling. Now, if you're from our local area, you know that the government's doing a solar rebate, which they've been doing for about 6 years. So anyone who wants solar has solar. Really don't get this obsession with people still trying to sell solar when my parents have got solar. I've got solar.
It's on every house.
Every person who wants solar has solar. And she's sitting there trying to get people over. And you get that secondhand cringe when she's trying to make chat with someone and they just beeline it away from there. And then she starts singing, dancing, and clapping a little song. And I took down notes of the song that she was singing.
What about solar?
Come on, everybody. You know you want solar. Everybody wants cheap solar. Summer's coming, so get that cheap solar. And she sang that on repeat the entire time I was there.
Was she good?
No, it was this, again, I don't want to talk ill of her.
Yeah.
But you know that voice of someone who smokes a pack a day and drinks scotch constantly? That.
So did she work for the company or she's just really green? Or
I don't know. I think you just go and work for one of those agencies that get people in to go and annoy people.
The advertising package, if you sing, you get an extra $500.
I've never seen one of them sing before. And I just started... And, no one... You don't talk to anyone at a shopping center. Like you're at a supermarket and if you see someone you'll have a chat with them, but you don't talk to randoms. The guy next to me, who was a big lad, he was clearly a tradie. He was covered in tattoos too. He just slowly turns to me and he's like, dude. And I turned to him and I was just like, have you ever seen anything like this? And he's like, I want to go get food from behind her, but I think I'm going to get something else for dinner now. And I was like, yeah, it's a good call. And he just walked off defeated because he wanted some fried chicken. There's no way he was standing next to her to get his fried chicken. I do not get it. What kind of person becomes a person who stands in a shopping center?
She brought you and that man together though.
Yeah. We have a bond now.
You have a bond now. If you see him again, you'll be like,
did you get your fried chicken, sir? And he'll go, who the fuck are you? Get away from me, creep. Oh.
He'll be like, but the singing lady. That's crazy.
I should teach a class on avoiding these people. I have done some pretty bad things to avoid them. No word of a lie in this story. I wasn't lying. I was walking through a shopping center. I got pulled over and I really didn't want to. And I accidentally made the golden rule of making eye contact. Oof. I made eye contact with this young fella and he pulled me aside. He's like, hey, mate. We're raising money for hospitals. Do you reckon you could give some money for hospital? And I looked him dead in the eyes and I was like, I just got out of intensive care. I was in there for 3 weeks. Leave me the fuck alone. And I walked off. No word of a lie. I was actually in intensive care for 3 weeks with my kidney issues. That man did not believe that I was in intensive care for 3 weeks. So he looked so dirty, but it was the last thing I wanted to do. I just don't get it. How do you become one of those people? I guess the charities, it makes sense because you probably work for the charity and then they just roster you to go do it. But the solar energy people, who does that? I'd quit if my boss told me you got to go stand in the shopping center and annoy people for 8 hours. I'd be finding a new job.
I used to live north side,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yucky.
the shopping area that I went to
Mm-hmm.
had one kind of inn to get to it.
Yes.
And I
Notorious.
would dread going there because there'd be 3 homeless people. The same ones. One of them was really lovely.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
other ones had dogs that were vicious.
Yeah.
The
It
other one-
attracted some interesting types.
yeah. And then they would have politicians like preaching.
Yep.
Or people selling for charities or solar. And each one of them would get you.
Mm-hmm.
Each one of them would like
Trap ya.
Yeah, they'd trap you. And they'd work together. If one of them's like, oh, he's gonna avoid me, but I'm gonna bump him into you, and so he has to come into contact with you, and then you get got. And I'd always dread going shopping, and it was just like, and then I'd go but in my later weeks at that place, I only shopped at the Asian supermarkets,
Good call.
which was great. I was just like,
You get better food,
I'm
cheaper
in.
food.
Yeah, no one's
No
talking
one
to
annoys
anyone
you.
in here.
No.
one's catching up.
Even when you check out, the checkout people don't say anything to you, and you just get this
Yeah.
total bliss. You're like, yeah, I'm coming back.
I always got a lot of like appreciation from the old
Yeah.
Chinese woman that would just be like, yeah.
Sometimes there's one up the road.
Yeah.
I often go there. They're great.
Oh, that's
Lovely older couple.
Mm.
You just get better produce. I don't know what it is, but their vegetables seem to be so much fresher than the shit at the major supermarkets. But those people stopping you in the shopping center.
I guess I can talk about my Officeworks experience.
Yes, please do. I love Office.
This was a while ago, but it stayed with me.
These stories do. They're character defining.
And funny enough, I was printing D&D maps.
Is there any other reason to go to Officeworks?
I was printing A3 D&D maps. And so I printed my maps. I stored them at the front, like past the checkout. Be like, all right, I'll leave them there. I'll go buy a book or a notebook or something. I don't know what I bought. And then I came back. There's a massive line for one area. I say massive line, 4 people.
Yeah.
And then the other side is clear. And so I'm just like, okay, they look like they're going to get something laminated or photo printed out or something. And so I go to the left, which is the actual checkout where you purchase things.
Yeah.
And I take a step to the left. I'm making my way. I see a girl at the counter, and she's just like, yep, all right, I'll come forward. And in the other line, she was like 3rd in line. It was a Karen. There's nothing else to describe it.
Yeah.
To get the visuals flowing. And she's just like, excuse me, people are waiting here. And then she went on a big rant.
Yeah.
And she's just like, I've been waiting here for 20 minutes. You can't just push in front. And then she did a massive rant, and she was half British.
Yeah.
And then she ended, and I'm just like, this line's for something else. And then the guy that was serving them is just like, yeah, you want to get photos printed stuff, or you want to get things laminated. And she was just like, oh, okay. And then she went back talking normally and trying to play it cool. And everyone, like 50 people in Officeworks, super busy, were just looking at her with such disdain. And then the girl looks at me and just rolls her eyes. And
Yeah.
just like, oh my Lord.
I hate it so much.
Just such a normal situation turned complete chaos.
Upside down.
But she just had such a disdain for youngish people.
Yeah. Exists.
Just trying to get my D&D maps.
Yeah. Listen, ma'am, I'm going home to sweat in a room with other boys, so you can just chill out. Officeworks, you get some crazy stories there. I know I've got some. I can't remember. I go there quite a bit for work.
I had to walk through a sea of those people 4 to 5 times a day from every else group. Oh,
yeah.
Or they want donations, but won't take cash.
And and when they take your card details, it's not for a single transaction. Every single one, they do 24-month subscriptions. Because I got pulled over by a kidney charity, and I was like, I'll talk to them. And they're like, yeah, So it's only $10 a month, but we sign you up for 5 years minimum. And I was like, I really want to help, but I'm poor. Would have paid money to witness that. Yeah, I would have too. I love watching Karens go mental. Again, working in hospitality, you deal with it constantly.
I don't carry cash or coins.
Yeah,
and
same.
so when homeless people ask, that's my excuse.
If I'm at a shopping center, I'll buy them a bottle of water or something.
Yeah.
Or I'll ask them what they want.
When I first moved here, I did do some of that kind of stuff. I even gave a guy a lift.
Yeah.
He-
That's the golden rule. Don't give him a lift. You can buy him shit. But
well,
don't.
he had like it was a weird situation.
I think you've told me the story, and I think I know the guy you're talking. It wasn't the university guy that would often ask for lifts, and the university had to put out a warning: do not give this man lifts.
But
he will try and live in your house.
I think I gave him a lift before all of that.
Yeah.
And he gave me the biggest sob story about my leg's really sore. It's like, I've hurt my leg. I've had to come buy bread. This guy also, by the way, to cut the pity ties, he's not homeless.
No, he's not.
I dropped him off at his house.
Yeah, he lives just around the corner from
He's just the biggest
university.
cheapskate.
Yeah.
And he's banned from Woolies.
He is.
He's banned from Woolies because he's probably shopped.
He's also banned from the Maccas, but I can't say on stream why he's banned from Maccas.
I was at the checkout at that place I used to live.
Yep.
I guess I could say where I used to live. Nah.
It's close to things we still do.
But I was in the checkout, the auto checkout, and this teenager was monitoring the checkout. And then he walked in and he was like, "Oi, get out.
Get out of here.
You're banned from here." But yeah, I gave that guy a lift. He had a rant about politics.
Yep.
And then I saw him again in the parking lot asking other people for lifts or for money.
Yep.
And I was just like, "How's your leg, Sam?
Has it healed?
Is it healed, Samuel?" Probably not even his name.
He was weird.
He was weird.
There was a lot of really nice kids in our university who would often give him lifts.
Yes.
Apparently, he'd steal shit from their cars. Like, he'd ruffle through the coin. Like, where if you chuck some coins in the cup holder, he'd pull it out. Huh? What's going on here?
Message HQ. What does that mean?
What's going on?
You messaged HQ?
We getting some secret squirrel information.
Also, my
Anyway,
Discord
so
bot looks like it's died.
Yeah.
It didn't trigger for you. It keeps
No.
triggering for Mitch and Adam.
But not us.
So I'm not sure what's happened.
Didn't trigger for me. Very
It
sad.
hasn't triggered for me since the 9th. No, since the 20th.
Last night. It didn't trigger last night. Interesting. We'll have to look at this. By we, I mean
By
you,
me.
because I don't know. Discord scares me, man. There's too many
it's
buttons.
pretty scary. How are we going on time?
Now 17. You want to go for another 14 minutes?
Should we address the sketch?
Let's do the sketch.
Cheeky sketch.
Here's the sketch.
So we're doing podcasts at the moment. Mitch should be doing something after this.
When you're streaming, Mitch.
What are you doing? Oh, I don't know if I can fix the bot in time. The Discord bot.
We'll just do a post.
Well, did it work in your Discord as well, Mitch?
I already streamed today. Oh, there
Nice.
you go. Aren't you productive?
Did it work in your stream? Because if so, then Dino is just down. Where's your announcements?
Nope. Dino must be dead.
Okay, then it's not my fault. It's Dino.
Dino API must be down.
Okay, good to know.
So Mitch has already streamed.
Mitch has already streamed. You've missed it, but if you haven't missed it, or if you don't want to miss it next time, no, that's not it. Shout out HQ. Go follow everyone there, which is Adam, Mitch, Brad, and Cameron.
Very nice.
And so Adam will be streaming Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I will be doing Bannerlord.
Yep.
Mitch will be doing his stream as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have 3 people streaming at once at that time.
It's crazy.
Which is crazy. So choose whoever you want. Sub between all 3.
Yes.
Who knows?
Have all 3 open and
Yeah.
just get a headache from listening to them.
I'll be doing Turbo Tuesday with Brad.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I've coming to a new conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
If Brad isn't able to make it, I think I'm going to play Bannerlord.
Sounds good.
So I think maybe I'll do that this week. I'll check what Brad's doing. So it's going to be either Harry does the second day of Bannerlord,
Yep.
or I Dota with Brad.
Maybe
So-
if I've got a free night, we just jump on Stoneblock.
There we go.
Mm.
And then Mitch streams again. Mitch streams Wednesday. Some future things will happen on this Wednesday.
Yep.
Stay tuned. Thursday, Stone Block.
Yes.
I'm very excited.
It was very fun.
That was so much fun. We're getting into the chicks, the chickens.
Chickens are so weird. I love
The
it.
chance cubes.
That's the only reason I play that game. I just want to mass produce lapis so we can do chance cubes every 20 seconds.
Yeah.
We need to figure out what to do with that biodiesel. I think I'm going to research a biodiesel because I was going to spend years building grapes, but we've already got like 60,000 bottles of wine, so we don't need any more grapes. So
I might make a banana farm.
try and figure out how to do biodiesel and banana farm. Is it going to be you three again? I'll be there. Harry will be there. We can't speak for Adam, but I'd assume so. And then I guess it's up to Lachlan whether he rocks up.
I have to see. And maybe even a Brad, but that's on Brad. Adam or Mitch is streaming the rest of Thursday. Adam is not streaming this Friday or the following Monday.
Yes, which will be reflected next podcast.
Which we'll remind you next time. And then Mitch everywhere. Light this place up with purple lilac, I believe, is his HQ color.
Nice. Can't wait for Cameron's streams to go on there because I'm streaming on Wednesday, you just can't see it because it's black. I'm not actually streaming on Wednesday.
He's in here.
Oh no, I was gonna say I might, but I'm not.
God damn. Anything else on the agenda?
Let's see what I've got here. No, I think we're good.
Oh, my shoulder just absolutely cracked.
Do a real quick tier list of D&D classes.
Is that what you wanted to do?
It's up to you.
What's your favorite one?
Well, you know what my favorite D&D class is.
Yes, I do. Cleric.
No, Paladin.
Paladin. Same thing.
It was exactly. It was for a while, but
also, people vote in the Discord for what the 12-hour stream should be.
yes.
If you're not in the Discord, here's a link. Hop in there and then vote in announcements because that's going to be happening at some point.
I'm gonna do a big old stream.
Big old stream.
Harry's gonna cry.
I'm looking forward to it though.
I think it's gonna be really fun.
What do you do? You tier list.
Yeah, if you just go tier list, it pops up. The website tier list, and then when you can go to search and just type in D&D classes. D&D lol.
There it is.
Cool.
Oh, what?
Nope.
That's not what we want.
That's final. Who knows what that is?
That's just a... Oh.
D&D 5e classes. There we go.
Sure. I'm sure all the D&D people are tuning into this.
This is going to be the highlight of the podcast.
Oh, yes. Oh, we'll make some shorts out of this. Also, go check out some YouTube shorts, which we've uploaded. A lot of them are of me and Brad, and some of them are doing well. That's exciting.
Some good opinions.
Do I have a YouTube shout out? Because YouTube, we're over 100 subscribers on YouTube, which is
106.
106. That's awesome. Also, this podcast and former podcasts are all up on YouTube. Future videos are as well.
Yep. Got some content planned for spooky season.
Oh yes, I'm very excited about spooky season.
Same. Oh, whoever that is, Final Fantasy. I've got a whole rant about that game. I have a max level character that I can't access because their security system's so broken. Maybe I'll save that for another podcast. I absolutely adore that game and I just can't play it anymore. Yeah, go on.
Okay, so Cleric S tier. Let's haul through them and then analysis.
By Paladin S tier. Barbarian A tier.
Druid.
Druid, it's a C for me.
Wizard.
B.
The pictures are hilarious.
You can place fighter. A.
Ranger.
C. D. Bard. C. B.
I reckon B.
B, yeah.
B for bard.
Sorcerer. B.
B. Rogue.
A to S.
A.
No,
that's sorcerer. What's that?
Warlock.
It's warlock.
Yes, C. And then put, Monk. D.
Blood Hunter.
Blood Hunter. I've never played it.
I have. I've played Cron de Leron.
Clone de Laurent. A, yeah. And
What
is
is
that Artificer?
I'm going to guess so.
F. Because I'm too dumb to understand it. These are from Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition.
Just a quick thing that me and Cam thought we'd look at and analyze for a moment.
Would you put anything in S? You're allowed to. It doesn't have to be both the holy characters.
The problem is every single class could be in there if the character was right.
You're right. This was a waste of time.
This is a waste. Because like you can make an S tier fighter and an F tier fighter. You can have the most terrible paladin as well.
Yes. Anyway, what we're saying is Dungeons and Dragons is subjective.
It's got such versatility, folks.
Yeah, Rangers S tier every now and then. Well, this will probably be edited out of the YouTube video because it was a massive waste of time.
Yeah.
Realized as soon as I said it, it was a dumb idea. Let's rate them. Oh, I was going to say, let's rate them on how good that art is.
Well, I liked it. I like the quick tier.
Yeah.
The quick tier.
Chuck a quick tier in there every now and then.
I prefer onion tiers. Hey, can we do a quick tier of something else food related?
Let's do it.
That's more fun.
What do you want to do? I picked onions. So
the onion one was iconic, in my opinion.
It's the greatest thing I've ever done in my life. I will be remembered for my onion tier list with Brad.
Should it be some kind of meat since we're talking about pork?
Sure. Do you want to do the meat tier list?
The meat tier list. Meat. Oh.
Be cool if there was a way to do random tier lists and you've just got it. Oh.
Oh.
Do this. I'm very excited now.
Ooh. Everybody, stay tuned. The meat list.
Here we go. Meat squad. I'm going to have to do this again with Brad. Because I think it'll be different.
How do I get rid of this ad?
Don't think you can. You got to run ad blocker. What? No. All right. Well, Microsoft Azure gets some free advertising. Can you give us a free server, Microsoft?
Please.
All right. Bacon.
Bacon. Bacon is good. I'd put bacon in A.
I would 100% put bacon in A. I hate the bacon meme. It's so 2010.
It's the bacon meme.
Oh, bacon, narwhal bacon at midnight. Bacon is best. It's fatty, oily. It's annoying to cook. It tastes good. It's fucking annoying to cook.
There's some variety in bacon.
Do you like bacon wrapped chicken? I use prosciutto when I do my chicken.
I've never done that.
I'll have to make you. You do.
Yes.
Cut a chicken breast in half. I put feta, olive, sun-dried tomato, wrap it up in prosciutto,
Can we
bake that.
pivot to being a food channel?
Of course. I would love to.
I need to show you some videos of these British guys.
Yeah.
They are quality.
I just want to make Just a Dash. It's the greatest show ever made.
They are quality. Beef?
I'm probably beef in B or A. It's not my favorite meat, but I'll come back to it.
It's versatile.
I think it's got to go A because looking at some of these other things, they're going to be pretty low.
Catfish.
I like a fried catfish, but it is not my favorite fish.
I'm putting it in B.
I would agree.
I love it. Bit of lemon.
Fried catfish is the best fried fish, I
We
think.
cooked up some fish the other night. It's beautiful. Chicken. Just bog standard chicken.
It's S for me.
If it was Brad,
yes.
From all the knowledge of salmonella,
I put it S personally, but I'm happy to put it somewhere else for you.
I think
I
we
cook
both
with
get
chicken
an
most.
S, and then we agree upon an S.
Okay.
Okay.
I cook with
Clam.
chicken the most. Clam?
I've never really had much clam.
I've never really had much clam. The clams I have had, every time I have a clam, I go, I'd rather have an oyster or a scallop. So D.
Should we go E?
E, yeah, go on.
I feel like we've got to make room. Cod.
I think cod is equal to catfish or
Okay.
just under catfish.
Are we just putting fish in here?
No.
C for cod.
C for cod, yeah.
Crab.
I love crab.
I think crab is a high contender.
I think it's an A.
I think crab's an A.
I love a crab leg.
I once caught a crab in North Sydney in a canoe.
Very nice.
And it was lovely. Yeah, came right at me. I think it was a blue swimmer.
Love blue swimmers.
Yep.
Chuck that on some coals. You got to make sure they're big though, because the small ones aren't good.
I had pet ducks growing up, and I remember my nan's 90th when I was like 8.
Yep.
And Mitch was there. We had a pet duck called .com for some reason.
Nice.
And you could pick him up. You'd hold out your hand and you go. And I was so sad that they presented me with duck that I couldn't eat it.
Yeah.
And I hid it under my lettuce.
Wow.
And only till this year, a few months ago, Chloe's mum served up some like beautiful duck with some duck skin. I actually had it at a fancy restaurant and didn't like it. It was like undercooked.
Oh, it's so often terribly cooked.
But Chloe's mum cooked it, and I was like, the skin, I was like, this is incredible.
You putting that bad boy in S?
I'm putting that in S.
Thank you, because it's an S tier. I live for duck.
Did you think I was going where I was like...
I thought you were going to put it, because I know you had that, we've talked about your revolution and how you came from not liking it to liking it. I thought you were going to put it in a B or C, and I was scared that I was going to have to sacrifice my chicken S.
Okay. Is that our agreed S or my S? We'll have to see.
It can just be a neutral S, because duck deserves S.
Duck deserves S.
Have you had duck confit before?
No.
I'll have to make it for you. It's a challenge to make.
Escargot?
I had
I've
it
never
in
had
France.
It's all you.
It tastes like garlic, so D, because it's not, you're not actually eating the snail, you're eating garlic.
The success of you've eaten it and it didn't taste terrible.
Pretty much. I've never had frog.
Is it nutrient?
I was not really. I think it's very just boring. They eat a lot of vegetables, so that you kind of get that. All right, well, enjoy the ad. And we'll come back and discuss frogs.
Frog one.
After.
Never had duck?
You should have some duck.
That's me. I've never had duck until a few months ago.
Duck confit is duck boiled in duck fat and then fried. And it's like, butter steak. Oh. You get that real melty butter. It's like that, but duck. And you know how light duck is? It's like eating clouds.
Oh my God.
I fucking love confit.
My brother's wife started cooking with duck fat.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, what the hell is that? And then I'm just like,
potatoes, man.
Yes, that's what they were doing. I haven't had it though.
You need to try.
Can you just do a big roast one day?
I'll do a big roast. Yeah, for sure.
Got 4 barbecues just here.
Yeah, we'll do a big party.
And
we should celebrate 100 followers. Yeah, a party.
100 followers on Twitch. 100 followers on YouTube.
YouTubers.
I'll
do my Cameron Chicago style sandwich, and then do a big roast. Here's a question that we... no, I'll keep that question for the end. Yeah.
I guess we could put frog somewhere. Is it F for frog?
I've never had frog, so I can't
imagine frog being good. It's like chicken.
Apparently it's a lot like chicken, but I've never had it.
It's a white meat.
Tis, and it's often, much like escargot, cooked deeply in D.
Yeah, I put it in D as you typed it. Now I know what Brad would put goat.
Where would he put goat?
I think Brad would put a goat.
I'd put a goat.
I still remember him.
You can put it wherever you want, though.
I'm happy with A for goat.
Goat curry,
it's good.
Is incredible.
Yes, that's what I had that in Adelaide, and it was really good.
There's a local joint down that way that does goat. Oh, I'm gonna be an absolute fool here. What's the curried rice dish? I love it. I'm an absolute monster.
An Indian.
Yeah.
Goat.
What's it called?
Goat masala. Curry. I don't know.
Anyway, it's just goat and rice with curry flavoring, and it's one of the best things. And you can pick it up at lunch for like $7.
I need to know what that is.
I will find it after the podcast.
Literally, we're pivoting to just food, folks.
Welcome to the food.
This is the food channel. All food here, including goose. I don't think I've had goose.
It's B tier. I like goose. It's a weak turkey.
A weak turkey. Haddock.
I'd put. It's probably the same as cod, if not a little better.
I think I've had it. Horse.
Have you had horse?
No.
I have had horse.
How good is horse?
C, B.
C? I heard horse was insanely good.
Yeah, it's a B. I didn't want to seem like a psychopath, but it's a B.
I heard horse was like awesome.
It's the perfect mix between Deer and beef. It's a more deer.
A horse is a deer, isn't it?
It's a big deer. They've got a name, equine. That's not it. What the heck is a haddock? It is a type of fish. It's a gorgeous little
It's a
fish.
fish. Hot dog.
Now, I've never had dog. This is a weird list.
Kind of.
I like a hot dog.
I've got a hot dog outside.
Just pork
I don't
and pigeon.
love hot dog. If I have too many, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad.
I like them because they're easy to make, but yeah, they're not a great meat. So I put some through fried rice last night
I'd
because
say
I was very tired.
D for dog.
Yeah, go for it.
Noah's going to rage.
I'm going to be very controversial here.
Lamb?
Lamb is my least favorite meat.
Okay.
It's a C for me, but I understand. No, it's probably a B for me because I did a banging lamb roast the other day. You can put it wherever you want though, because
I'm happy with B.
I thought you were a lamb fan.
I am a lamb fan, but lamb can range
It's very true.
in this area. Lamb is always S. Noah has
it's
got
not.
some opinions. I love it.
Welcome to the food pod. Lamb is disgusting. It's just smells gross. You've got to roast it for it to taste good.
Oh, well, I'm talking about roast lamb.
Yeah, roast lamb's S,
Chloe does some good roast lamb.
but we'll come back to roasts. That's
a different tier
my
list.
final question.
Roast horse, I would love to do that.
I'm sorry, Noah, but I don't like lamb. My family is from a lamb farm. They've owned a lamb farm for like 6 generations. It's all we fucking ate when I grew up, and I hated it because my mum loves lamb.
Really?
I
Wow.
hate it. I'm growing on it now. I can't eat lamb chops because we'd have that 3-4 nights a week.
I used to have that all the
I
time.
can't eat lamb chops. I like a lamb roast. I do a good lamb roast.
That's really the only time I eat it, unless it's with some kind of lamb mince.
Lamb mince like a kebab that's made from
Yeah.
lamb mince rather than a lamb shoulder. I quite like.
Lobster. I've had 2 lobsters in my day.
Did you enjoy both of them?
I enjoyed the second one a lot. The first one was terrible.
I like crab more than lobster.
Chloe would say here.
I used to be S, but then much like you, I had a bad lobster,
Mm.
and I've never had a bad crab, so it's definitely below crab no matter what.
Well, I feel like if we had a lot of everything, it would be here.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna put it here.
Yeah, I think it's perfectly there.
Look at the lemon.
Is that
Lox.
I don't think I've had lox.
I don't know what lox is,
That's
folks.
probably
Is it some kind of shrimp? What is that?
Lox is a
Fillet of
brine salmon.
Okay.
Oh,
Smoked.
yeah, like you get it. Okay, yeah, I like it.
You get that in breakfasts?
You put it on bagels. It's like we can get smoked salmon slices. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that's all it is.
So it's like when you want your eggs Benny, you have bacon or
they
fish,
charge you $20 for this.
and they give you lox.
I like it.
I thought it was super smoky.
Yes.
Like far smokier than I would like. I'm low, but where do you want it?
Oh, it's not above a C, so you can put it anywhere.
All right, I'll put it with the hot dog.
Yeah, it's probably go on. Mussels.
Mussels. I haven't had good mussels. So I'm saying my opinion doesn't matter because I haven't had the best of mussels. So
I like mussels in by themselves. I hate them in a chowder or a paella. Maybe a C or D.
I feel like
D. I don't think it's
like D?
comparable to cod or haddock.
octopus.
It's an A tier, baby.
It's an
If not
A
an
tier?
S. I love octopus. It's my favorite
Okay.
seafood.
I would like to try some more octopus. Oysters.
Are you an oysters guy? I am an oysters guy.
I used to be growing up,
Ooh, what
and
happened?
then I didn't have them for a long time,
Yep.
and then went to some fancy restaurants and didn't like them, and then I kept going to fancy restaurants with Chloe, and then started to like them a bit more recently. So I don't know where to put it.
Above a mussel, as long as it's above
a
mussel.
mussel. Where's the mussel there?
D.
Put it in C because
Okay.
it's just like it's an oyster. Like, do you be like, oh yeah, such a good oyster?
No, I'm more. Damn, that was such a good presentation of an oyster.
Oh, it's all about the look of the oyster.
Not necessarily. Maybe like a Kilpatrick or a fried
Oh,
topped
yeah.
or what are they called? Kill somethings. I like oysters, but you can have bad oysters. Last oysters I had was from one of the chefs that I work with, and he's like, "These are the best bloody oysters I've ever had." And I scooped it in, and it was all shell. It was clearly underdeveloped, and I was like, it's not good, my friend.
Pheasant.
I love a pheasant.
I haven't had one.
Chuck it in B then.
B for pheasant?
Pheasant's good.
Pork.
A, I'm a pork fan, as you can tell by me talking about my new sandwich.
I went to a Bao restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
They had pork belly skewers.
Yum.
It's the best pork I've ever had in my life.
Is that the one near where you used to live?
Yeah.
Well, I know what I'm having for lunch.
I would happily get it a few. I've gone there twice now because me and Lachlan
Might
went,
have to
and
go
then
down
I
there.
was like, me and Chloe, let's go. And then I was just like,
Both times it was good.
oh, yes.
Is it going to S tier?
I think it is.
I love a pork belly. I love a pork roast. I love a pork chop. I love a pork. Pulled pork is my go-to for a party. I'll do 20 kilos of a pulled pork every party I host or attend. I love pork. There you go, Noah. We gave you one of your S's.
Got it up for you. Quail. I've never had quail.
So there is a place in Arundel. It's closed now, but it was my family's favorite Chinese restaurant, and we'd go. Oh no, sorry, Vietnamese. And we'd go with family friends, and I would always get the quail entree. I was like 14.
Quail entree.
Tiny little quails, fried, and they'd serve it with salt and pepper.
Oh.
Incredible. A tier for me.
A tier. I'm happy with that.
I love a
I
quail.
just
I'll cook
want
you some
it.
quails.
Oh,
it's hard
get me
to
some
acquire,
quail.
but
Is venison here? Yes, we'll save it for last. I know where that's going. I don't care what anyone says.
do you like a rabbit?
Never had it.
I like a rabbit stew. It's probably A or B.
My parents grew up on rabbit.
Yeah.
Rattlesnake.
I don't think I've had snake blood vodka, but I've never had rattlesnake.
How was the vodka?
It tastes like vodka with a bit of iron in it. It's probably F.
Put
Just 'cause
F.
I love snakes so much. I don't want to kill them.
My sister's husband has eaten bear meatballs,
Yum. I really want to try it.
and they were hella gamey.
Yes.
Like the most gamey thing you can fathom.
Like when you think about the production of meat in the body, most animals we eat don't hibernate, whereas bears mass eat than hibernate. So their fat contents and mineral contents are just fucking off the charts weird.
And they're a massive carnivore. A lot of things we eat are not carnivore.
No.
Fish don't count as carnivores.
Fish don't count. I really want to try bear. Apparently it's weird and I want to try it.
It was humanely because it was pestering.
You can eat Canadian bear quite easily because they cull bears in Canada because there's too many. That's like the British grenadiers wear Canadian bearskin hats because it is a way of culling and protecting the national population.
Could have put kangaroo on here too.
I love a kangaroo.
Salmon.
I think I don't like salmon that much.
Cooked salmon, I think we're talking about. So,
yeah, above cod and haddock, I'll give you that if you want to.
I think so.
Yeah.
Sausage. What do you mean?
I love sausages, man, but it's not really a meat.
It's like we're working with minerals and alloys.
An American made this list. I'm convinced. Sausage is meat.
Sausages, eh?
I love sausages. I love a pork sausage. I love a beef sausage. I love a veal sausage. A.
Veal sausage.
It's a meal though. It's not a meat.
Yeah.
This is weird.
Maybe we give it B for that.
Yeah.
For that alone.
Fix your list.
Scallop.
I love a scallop.
I haven't had lovely scallops. I've had one okay scallop.
I'd happily put them next to oysters.
All right.
I'm not good at cooking them. They look good. Gordon Ramsay can tell if you're a good chef by the way you serve scallops. Cook and prepare scallops.
Scallop or scallop?
Scallop. I don't know. We're Australian. We
Scallop.
say it all wrong.
Scallop. Scallop. No, it says F. Shrimp.
F.
F?
I hate prawns. They're my least favorite food.
Oh, well.
But you can put them wherever you want because
Okay.
I've been kind of over it. S. Nope.
No, it says S.
Mods, ban him for spamming.
Well, this is shrimp,
It's
not
F tier.
prawns.
They're the same thing, Harrison.
I thought shrimp was small.
That's because they don't grow as big.
I'm going to say A.
I just want it known and noted that I hate prawns and they belong
They
in
don't
F tier.
deserve S because you can get bad prawns. You can get bland prawns.
No. No such thing.
You can get bad prawns.
Oh, yeah, you can get... Any prawn is a bad prawn.
Ah.
They taste terrible.
Spam.
I don't mind spam. Have you ever had a good bun meat with spam in it?
I thought you were gonna say, have you ever had the Korean spam? Do you know how they do their spam?
Don't they fry it with oils and shit? Like spice the
They
shit
do
out of it.
gochujang,
Oh yeah,
and it's something that came after the war.
Yeah.
and they mix spam, can of beans, baked beans, uh, uh, a slice of cheese, like the worst cheese you can think of, ramen, and the Korean spices.
yeah.
And I watched some foodies eat it, and they were like, "Why does this taste insanely
I'd
good?"
smash the shit out of that.
And it was like the spam tastes heavenly, and it's like they hate spam as well.
Yeah.
And just Korean nonsense made it into a crazy dish. I really want to try that. I say childhood brings it up to a C.
Yeah, I'd put it in a C. Just a couple of fried slices on a bun meat is incredible.
You ever have Devon?
Yeah.
That was my childhood. Devon.
My partner's dad lives off it. He
Oh,
has
wow.
it for breakfast on toast and for lunch on a sandwich.
Squid.
I think squid is weaker than octopus, but I do like a squid, like a Greek squid pasta.
It's weird how you like octopus and squid and not prawns.
Prawns.
Did you have a bad experience?
No, it's to do with the gelatinous mouthfeel. I just don't.
Well, I'd say the mouthfeel of octopus and squid is worse than prawn.
No, because
Prawns are
it's
crunchy.
prawns are not crunchy. Prawns are gelatinous blobs, whereas an octopus is more like a boiled bit of vegetable than a gelatinous piece of shit.
How would you do your octopus?
I fry it. Or like I've been recently doing on sushi, on rice. Boom.
I saw
Bit of lemon.
it's the guy that does, I don't remember his name, but he made food based off video games.
Yeah.
And he did the squid from Elden Ring.
Yum.
The that squid man that lives in the ponds, the big shell guy.
Yeah.
And
hate
he
them.
roasted it over an open fire with all this honeyed sauce and stuff, and it
Yum.
looked awesome. So like fire roasted. I was just like, I would love to have a fire roasted octopus.
Yes.
Um,
You will love it.
it looked
On
awesome.
pasta. Army stew. Is that? I guess that's what it's called. Is that what it's called?
Adzabs. Adzabs is actually the person who recommended that channel hilariously.
There you go.
What's the name of the cooking channel that cooked that octopus based on an Elden Ring?
Welcome to the
Army Stew. Yeah, wow.
We should try that.
This is a VIP.
Welcome.
It's Terry's partner.
Welcome.
Welcome.
I'll put on my fineries for the VIP.
Yeah, Army Stew. It's interesting.
Sounds good.
But yeah, I really want to try that octopus over a roasted fire. Swordfish. I've had a swordfish steak once.
Yeah, it's all right.
It was good. I'd say
B.
B.
Solid.
Tuna. I don't think I've actually had a lot of tuna, apart from the raw tuna.
It's S tier.
Yeah,
Japanese tuna is S tier.
All right.
There is nothing better than 3 cuts of different style tuna. You got your fatty, your meaty, and then your medium.
What's the last type of tuna you had?
I had tuna when I came back. You know that we can say it, Akami, the all-you-can-eat Japanese buffet in the city.
Oh yeah.
When it first opened, we got priority seating because I knew some chefs, and we were sitting there, and they'd done 4 nights of pre-open, and all I wanted was tuna because when I was in Japan, it's all I ate because I was on the coast. I was in a small fishing village. I was literally helping them pull it out of the boat to then eat it. And so I asked you guys, we got the sushi plate and it had no tuna on it. It was salmon, prawn that I ate. I actually ate it because I didn't want to be rude because the chefs were all there. And I asked, do you have any tuna? And they're like, yeah, we had it for the opening night, but it might be a bit old. So you can't blame us if it's shit. And I was like, I still want to try it. And they gave it to me. And it was fucking incredible. And I was like, oh, come on. I was hoping it'd be shit.
And that was their old tuna.
That was 4-day-old tuna. And it was incredible. They keep it in a traditional ice cupboard that's very different.
Right.
Tuna is shit. No, you like lamb and prawns, so your opinion doesn't count.
Turkey.
I love turkey.
How much do you love it? I love it one less than you do.
You love it one less than I do. Well, I'd put it in A. So
Let's be.
done. I'm okay with that. I only eat it once a year.
Oh, hey. Oh. Tempted to make a new tier, but we'll put venison there.
100%.
And I've only had it once, and it was
venison.
heavenly. I honestly, after this, I'm actually going to look up how to get it because I
They
need
sometimes
it now.
do venison salami up at Woolies.
What?
Yeah. Just gotta keep an eye out for it.
Oh my god.
Their venison is deer.
Yes. In case you didn't know.
I went to a venison farm in the WA when I was younger, Western Australia, and this farm was incredible. It was forests that they let the deers just run around naturally, and first time I ever watched it, the farmer said, "Pick one," and my dad went, "I want that one," and so we watched it die, and then we ate it, and it was fucking incredible. He did the whole leg, and we were in a group, so it wasn't like we had a little bit and it went to waste. We ate the whole thing. The leg, we roasted it, and it was incredible. It was like that picture, black on the outside, cut it, and it just bled. I love venison. All right, now the question I was going to ask: what's the best roast meat?
Venison.
Yeah, probably. That was an easy conversation. I like a roast pork.
Well, like Chloe's parents have been roasting everything, so
Yeah.
I'm just like, I like it all.
Yeah.
It's insane. I would say the edge of some of them were insanely good. Like the edge of the lamb, the edge of the beef. I like the hard,
the
crispy.
crust.
Yes.
Called the crust.
Oh,
When it's a crust.
so hard.
Ooh.
Lamb or pork?
I love a pork roast. Lamb roasts are good.
I'd say on average, I disagree with what I just thought about. I would say that the best roast by the best chef in the world. I don't know what I'm talking about. Never mind.
That was a lovely tangent.
Yeah,
Harry.
I'm sorry. I was going to say that I think pork is more common, but I feel like lamb is done better on average.
I think lamb is more common.
I'd say that the pork is a lot better though.
Yes.
Like it can be better.
Yes. You can do lamb roast is lamb roast, whereas pork roast you can do some crazy shit, man.
Yeah, I feel like you can do it differently.
Like the Italians have, I want to say porchetta. It's like the pork roast that they line it with pine nuts and then roll it up and then salt it and roast it, and it's just incredible. Cut the thin slices off.
Chloe got me into pine nuts.
Love a pine nut.
They're my favorite now.
Pine nut. Do you like a pesto?
Yeah.
I love pesto. I'm really hungry now. Good thing it's lunchtime.
We're going to have to bolt, folks.
We've almost got 10 viewers for the podcast.
We did at some point.
Great lamb meats. I still can't believe this was definitely made by an American, because hot dog and sausage are on here. They are not meats.
What was lox again? Oh, fish, smoked fish.
There's a couple of meats that aren't on here.
Rattlesnake. Yeah, it's American.
That I've tried that I would like. I've had reindeer.
Reindeer.
I've had
just venison.
It's shit venison. It's the perfect mix of horse and venison. I had it it's very common in Iceland, and I spent some time in Iceland, and yeah, it tastes like I had it minced, and we just made patties. It was atrocious. It smells terrible. It tastes terrible. But then we had roast reindeer. It was quite nice. What else? Abalone. That's not on there. It's great.
It's good. I've never had it.
Yeah. What else? So I've had sea cucumber. It's disgusting.
You had guinea fowl?
I have had. There used to be a Peruvian restaurant in Canberra. I went and they had a license to serve it, and it.
I hate guinea fowl, as an actual species.
They're just angry little shits.
They're so loud. You can't catch them.
No.
They do keep the foxes away.
They do.
But they're just so hideous.
Their eggs are all right. They're a little bit bigger than chicken eggs.
They're bigger.
I think, aren't No, they're smaller. Smaller, yeah.
They're spotted?
Yes.
I think, yeah. But we used to have them, and they'd run, and they're running so quick, their legs just look like this.
Yeah.
Just like a blur.
They're so weird. Near where some family lives, there's a big farm of them, and they're just fucking everywhere, and I hate. And they scream. They
Yep.
don't quack or bark or
Yeah. The foxes aren't afraid of them. They're just annoyed by them.
Yeah.
They're just like,
I'm gonna just kill a chicken. I thought you said guinea pig at first.
Guinea pig.
And I have had guinea pig.
What?
There's a Peruvian restaurant.
Serve up, like, I'm picturing a guinea pig on a skewer.
They basically take the head off and fold it out.
Aw.
It's not great. I don't think I'd eat it again.
So it's a rodent.
Yes,
Yeah.
but a fat rodent. I definitely don't think I'd eat it again. I had just had the mindset of try everything once, and if it tastes like shit, don't do it again. I've had bull's testicles.
Bull's testicles. Why is that? I feel like that's really common.
Fucking incredible. I hate to admit it.
How would you describe it?
The best meatball you've ever had. It tastes like pre-processed meat, but done well. It was in like a tomato-y soup, and it was just incredible.
That's is it expensive? Because like
I didn't pay for it, so I got no idea.
You only get 2 per bull.
Let's have a look.
Bull.
Bull testicle price.
Unless they do some weird science and start breeding bulls with multiple testicles, I don't know what they're gonna do.
Oh well, the only website that I could find is a biology products for science classes. And
Right.
$8.50 for a bull testicle.
Looks delicious.
Yeah, I'm never eating one again now that I've seen that. Anyway, that was at a restaurant in the Arabic regions.
I'm literally gonna get food after this and then research how to get venison
Mhm.
if there's any local or at the fresh food markets which we went to, which were awesome.
Yeah, the butcher there will get you some
Clor-
because he does requests.
well,
You got to get on his good books there.
all right.
My dad's good friend is. He gets the good
Brad
stuff.
got it last time
Yeah, he did. He got a shoulder, a whole
Yeah.
half shoulder or something.
from his Austrian uncle.
Yeah.
Who lives in Australia. And it was just not roasted. It was in a pot for like 24 hours.
I know the dish he did because we talked about it.
Beef bourguignon.
Yeah, bourguignon.
Bourguignon.
And I've only ever done a rabbit bourguignon, which came out amazing. But the cook time is very small compared to venison. So he's like, how long should I cook it? And this was at like 1 o'clock. And he's like, when can I feed the guys? And I was like, you probably should have put it on last night. He's like, all right, we'll eat tomorrow then.
The morning we came in,
Yeah.
I walked into reception, which is almost a KOA, and I could smell it. I'm like, what is that? And I
incredible.
I see the janitor and other people talking, and they're just like, what is that lovely smell? It's
Not
beef-
yours. That's what it is.
Venison bourguignon.
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 I want to teach him more French cooking. I think he'd be
yeah.
a very good French cook.
Cooking with Brad needs to happen.
It does.
And I feel like we're close to some content being able to be done here.
100%.
I'm gonna do some more short editing after this.
Mhm.
Get the
gonna-
YouTube going.
Hell yeah. I'm going to play with some Warhammer.
Play with some Warhammer. Did you want to talk about that at all?
We'll talk about it another day.
All right.
I'll bring in some models and I'll show you.
Oh, we mentioned it.
We mentioned it, so you can put it in the tag.
I'll tag War.
I think the food will be enough. Well, here you go. If you want a hot thing, the Warhammer Day is on October the 8th. And what normally happens is they release a limited edition model and then they show off another army. Now, I collect Orc, Tau, and Space Marines. I don't collect Orcs. I've just got an army from when I was a child.
How?
Tau are like Japanese space weebs. They're like the good guys of the setting. I collected them because they've got mechs and I'm a weeb. And then, of course, Space Marines. Everyone knows what a Space Marine is. This year's limited edition model is a Space Marine killing an Orc with a giant sword. Actually, Google it. Because I think you'll
Marine
fucking
killing an orc.
No, if you
What
do
am I
it Warhammer Day.
Images.
Yeah, so that's it. That top one. If you actually click on the second one. Click into it. Because this has lots of good pictures for it.
Accept your cookies.
Or not. Fuck, I'm a dickhead. Just play that video. And then so this is the current. I think you'll like it. This group of Space Marines have rejected the codes of the Space Marines and they're space crusading knights called the Black Templars or the Black Crusades. And they look incredible.
Oh my lord.
This model is one of the coolest models, and I will be buying one. My man's is going to town on this poor orc.
Damn.
It's so badass. I'm buying it. I don't even play Black Templars, but
And so this is just a collectible?
you can actually play it. It's going to have rules. It's a named character, Bayard,
Right.
the Emperor's champion. Anyway, they're also going to announce Astra Militarum for this, basically the Imperial Guard, the army, the big tanks. I always love tanks, so I want to buy some tanks.
All I know about Warhammer is I go into their shops to take their paint.
Yep, and they've got very good paint. Where is the nearest? Is Belconnen the nearest one?
I think there's one in Woden.
Still? I should go pay them a visit. I haven't been there. Absolute nerd. I used to hang out there every weekend when I was a kid, and then one opened up the road, and I used to hang out there, but then it closed because it turns out no one in Canberra likes hobbies. So
What I might do this week is actually do stuff on my channel,
yeah,
my personal channel, which is currently called The Haphazard
the haphazard.
because Hazard was taken,
Mm-hmm.
Biohazard was taken.
Classic.
So I was like haphazard because haphazard means chaotic,
Yeah.
unorganized.
Unorganized. That sums us up pretty
So
well.
like, sure, haphazard. So that will be things that I don't want to bore too many people with.
Yeah.
And it'll be things like it'll be D&D,
Yes.
physical, like painting minis,
Yep.
3D printing, something in the
Love
corner.
to come on and make terrain with you. I really want to make
terrain.
I want to
yeah.
make battle mats.
Yeah.
And so
I need to make some.
Yeah,
So
you need to make me an entire campaign's worth of terrain, Harrison.
well, yeah, like you could put in some requests, honestly.
Boats, I've already told you. And you've already done it. So
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, I need to do some terrain for the Cholt campaign.
Yes. I'm very excited.
So
where
maybe
that's up to.
I probably won't ban people from watching it.
Just tell us and we won't watch it.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
I
It
won't.
won't be spoilers because it'll be modular stuff.
And we
so-
kind of already know where we're going.
Exactly, yeah.
Unless you build
It's
the
mountaintop stuff.
Exactly. If you build that temple, I will ignore you for a month until it's done. I'm so excited, man. I actually had a dream about it a couple days ago. I know I'm in a good place when I dream about D&D. Wasn't a good dream. I got mad at Chloe's character, but
Epic. Okay, we should stop. We should go get food. We are starving.
let everyone enjoy
The
their
ad is starting
Sunday.
soon. Oh no. Everybody, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very
Noah.
much.
Thank you, Adzabs. Thank you, Static. No, Static never showed up.
He
How
didn't
dare
show
he? EPM Dota, Tangled, Migosh, all the gang.
We love you
Thank
dearly.
you. We'll see you next time. It'll be on a different channel. I'll post it. It'll pop up in Discord,
Yes.
allegedly.
Jump in the Discord. You'll get there eventually, Noah. I can't spell channel either.